So, I was gonna take a shower, but I couldn't do that because I forgot to do laundry. For the moment. But anyway, and then the thing is with my desktop here is the fact that, you know how my sound card died? And then I said that I need to get a new computer, and you probably think it's like, well, what the hell does he think he needs a new computer if his sound card died? He can just replace it. No, apparently, it turns out my brother was right. Should have figured with American capitalism, right? The way they make things now, these computers, is they build almost everything into a motherboard, and that pisses me off because it's purely for capital gain. Because what the tactic is, because do you see a sound card in there? No. Do you see a graphics card? No. Why? The graphics card in the stupid CPU right there. And you know where the sound card is? Right there. This is the sound card place. That's where you plug all your sound into. This thing right, let's see if I can see where I'm pointing. Right there. This thing. That, graphing out of view again. Ow! Sticking the fan. This thing. Anyway, that's actually the sound ports. That's where all my sound things are plugged into. That's literally where my sound card is built in, is to that region back here, in my motherboard. And the motherboard is literally what makes the system a system. It makes a computer. You can't have a computer without a motherboard. Purely for capital gains is how they make that stuff now. Why? They make it as crappy quality as possible so that when it breaks, you pretty much have to buy a new computer, or you can spend hundreds of dollars on rebuilding your computer. Either way, they make still hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on a brand new system, say maybe even 6 months into you having it. And it's trying to get people used to that mode because I don't know how many years I've been doing that, but I mean, I'm used to retro stuff, so I'm used to computers that, you know, look at this crappy t-shirt. I feel like a horse with this thing, you know, the harness where they have that, you know, that little piece that goes in their mouth. I feel bad for horses with that. That's what I feel like with this whole... Hey, but it's air conditioning, right? Look at all these holes in the shirts. Well, actually, most of these holes in this shirt are from cats. Cats that I haven't had in over... Is it half a decade yet? No, it's not. It's... At least probably one of the last few holes was probably about... a little over 3 years ago. So, from cats. But plus, technically, I got this shirt. Most people are like, what does it say? It says, does this boat make my bass look big? Because I like fishing. But, of course, there's a largemouth bass on it. But, yeah, I've actually had this shirt since 5th grade. That means when I was either 11 or 12, because I bought it this summer before, midway through summer break, before 5th grade started. That's how old this t-shirt is. So I was 11 or 12 when this t-shirt was bought, and I first started wearing it for school. So, I mean, that's saying something, you know? That's how old it is. Like 90% of the clothes I have are either hand-me-downs. Like technically these are swim trunks, but as usual swim trunks, I've always hated the stupid catchment net it has for guys pulled inside. It's like, I find it so annoying. I don't like anything that feels like I'm being held. So it's like, no. So I cut that out pretty much immediately. But I like never go swimming because, one, I don't have access to a pool, and two, you have to pay like, I think it's something ridiculous, like $110 for a membership, a yearly membership to THPRD, which is the local recreation district that has all the swim centers and stuff like that. I mean, it's screwy. Like it's like capital gains again, you know. And then for non-resident, I can't even comprehend how much more that would probably be. Probably $200 a month, you would think. It's like, why? And of course, you have extra fees you have to pay for, like paying actually for the card itself or whatever. I mean, it's really stupid. And then you have to pay extra for various things. It's like, wow. Yeah, so it's really stupid. How much you have to pay a month? It's like, come on. You get more from a 24-hour fitness for, what is it, like 24? I think it's 24, 25. I think it's $25 a month. Is stupid 99-cent rule. And you can get more than that. The only issue is you can't take anybody with you as a guest. Then again, I don't think you can do it with THPRD. Actually, no, you can't do that with THPRD. You can't take people as a guest. In fact, I think you take as many as you want, at least as a resident. But anyway, still though, hundreds of dollars versus $25 a month. I say yearly membership for $100. I don't think that's for the whole year. I'm pretty sure that's like, well, no, it wouldn't be over a month. Maybe that is for a whole year. I don't know. I'm stupid. But why? Even if it is a month, why would they charge? Why would they charge that much? Or why would they list it as, you know, $100 a year, 100 something a year or something? I mean, I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's just a one payment for a whole year. I don't even know. It's still expensive though. I mean, especially when you're in a position like me, my family is in an area where you have nothing but gentrification happening. So, like, if you're somebody who's just getting into school, you're screwed. If you have somebody who's just got now a new job, you're still screwed. No matter what, you're pretty much screwed out of a house, you know, or out of an apartment, a crappy apartment. I mean, it's really sad. We already went into that though. But yeah, this already is almost 8 minutes long. It's like, wow, I just went a lot further than I thought I did. I think all I was doing is talking about the brokenness of my laptop, how it's basically on its deathbed, and then the sound card thing. I don't think I really harped on those, so that's actually interesting. It's already 8 minutes now. Huh. Weird. Anyway. Yeah. Ridiculous. Yeah, so I'm not in a good position at all. Plus, this thing has a stupid, like, 5-generation-old solar on this laptop. This laptop is literally a pile of crap. You know, you gotta work with what you got, but it's a pain in the ass. I can still use this desktop currently. I mean, it's frustrating, but it's not that bad. All I have is no sound. But of course, the whole thing that we came to the conclusion is that me and my mom, and everybody else really, is that best thing to do and the most smartest thing to do would be to go for words. That would be helpful too. Go for an actual gaming-specific computer, even though it would be a lot more expensive because it's a specialty. Go look for those, and I did. I spent like hours on that the other day, and finally whittled it down to like somewhere between 6 and 8 PCs, with random extra ones, just like as a comparison, just as a perspective viewpoint for others that would look at it. I mean, you know, it's overall, it's a painfully expensive price, obviously, because you're paying just under to over $1,000 for a brand new computer. You know, people are like, you should build it. It's like, well, first off, you'd have to know a thing or two about tech. I have grandma knowledge on tech. Like, that's all I have, and that's almost all I really care to have, if not only what I care to have, because I hate tech. I hate technology. Any and all tech. I actually hate it. It annoys the crap out of me. But it actually pisses me off a lot too. I mean, I hate it so much. And then the amount of people are just like, it seems like they just have to have it in their life. Like, if they don't have it, it's like an addiction. If they don't have it, they're like, don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know what the hell to do. It's really sad, you know. But, another reason why I guess I hate it. But, words, what was I? Yeah, but anyway, I don't have that great of knowledge in tech at all. Basically, I know, this is a desktop. This is a laptop. The thing I'm recording on, I didn't even show it today. The thing I'm recording on is a tablet. Technically, though, this actually isn't a tablet. This is actually a slate. A tablet is a laptop, viewfinder, that has a swivel. That has a swivel monitor. It swivels back and forth. That is actually a tablet. So, what we call tablets, like this Kindle Fire, this is a slate, technically. And a swivel head laptop is a tablet. Technically, that's correct. But, I know that, and I know, like, the basic hardware components inside of a PC, you know, basic software. I know there's games, and various games, and I know various software programs. And I know the basics of each of those things. I don't know anything advanced in them, but I don't know how to basically click and open up a internet browser and browse a website. That's my knowledge, essentially, on technology. How to play music, whatever. Yeah, I know bare bone basics. That's what I know about tech. So, yeah. Plus, another thing you'd have to do in order to build a computer is you'd have to be able to trust yourself too. Not just know what you're doing, but you have to be able to trust yourself. I don't trust myself. I don't. It's like me trying to change a fluorescent light bulb. I have a heart attack, a panic attack practically, while I do it. But I'm the one who has to do it around here because I have a 7'8" wingspan. I have these long arms that people then mistake for me being tall. It's like, no, I'm 6'2". That's barely over the national average in the U.S. I have 5'10" and a half for people, or rather guys. You know, I'm not that tall. Yeah, 6'2", and 6'2". I'm either 6'2" or 6'2" and a quarter. I can't remember. Some people actually argue I'm 6'3". Others argue I'm 6'1". It's like, can you make up your mind, please? So, actually, it's funny, because, really quick stories, last year, because I'm always, like, skipping yearly doctor checkups, which is, like, almost all I ever go in for. I avoid doctors at all costs, but, you know, it's funny, because they just, you know, my doctor and her nurse told me, it's just like, we don't even want to measure you, okay? We don't want to go through, you know, this, like, you could just tell, they pretty much could probably automatically tell there's a debate going on. Like, it's just like, they just instinctively knew that with my height there probably would be a debate, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, and so they said, give us a ballpark for what you feel your height is. And I said, 6'2". I said, of course, there's an ongoing debate. People argue I'm 6 foot, 6'1", 6'3". Somebody's actually tried to tell me I was like 6'4", and so I went, hell no. Oh man, there's this like ongoing debate with random people, and especially in my family, that just like debate with each other. It's like, what height am I? Not even that tall anyway. I'm 6'2". I am tied for the tallest person in my family though, because my dad is 6'2" himself. So anyway. So, yeah. That's where I got my height from, essentially. But I got my wingspan from my dad's grandma. I want to say it had to have been my dad's mom, I think it would have been. I swear it would have to be. Because she's the one from the Ukraine. The Ukrainian stereotype is huge wingspan. Yeah, but anyway. So yeah, they always call me tall in my family. It's like, I'm not tall. I always tell them, it's like, I'm not tall. I have long arms. So my grandma half the time will call me her ladder. And then my grandma, I'm not tall. I'm long. You know, I am long. I have a long wingspan. So technically, I'm your crane. I'm not your... I'm your crane, I'm not your ladder. So half the time she says one or the other, but it's kind of funny. Just to randomly go off on a attention deficit spiel. Anyway, I can say words. What is English? I don't understand your language. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. Much story time anyway. Anyway, this day to me is more energetic than yesterday. But I'm stuck in this position where I could air out the house, which it really needs, because it's hot and stuffy, because it's cloudy, but it's very warm. So it's kind of, it's not too warm, so it's not too muggy, but it's going to get warmer, because it's not the heat of the day yet. That's about 3 to 3.5 hours away. So it might end up getting warmer, because you can tell the sun is intense enough today that it's trying to blaze its way through the clouds. You can't quite do it. It's trying. Anyway, I have a really ratchetly sore throat today. I'm not sure why. I mean, I know part of it is because nervous trying to sing silently and trying to also halfway also sing out loud, because that's the way I work when I try and sing silently. I actually have a slight weird vocalization of some sort. It's like, damn it. I need to get rid of that stage fright crap, because I really want to be able to learn to sing, because it would be really fun to sing a lot of my favorite songs. I'd have a lot of fun with that, because I mean, it would be passionate, so it's like, yeah, I can actually thoroughly enjoy my songs to a full extent and not have to worry about it. It's like, people say, just karaoke sing badly, don't care what people think. It's like, I can't do that. Sorry, I can't. Navies. Anyway, so I'm by myself, and I feel that way. Even if the windows are closed up and I was in a place where nobody could hear me, and I was literally the only existing living organism, even non-existing, only non-existent, say, living organism, and there's no non-existent things, or dead things, or whatever, I would not be able to do it. I would be nervous as hell. Just like, oh my god, floorboard number 432 is going to hear me, I'm dying. It's like, God. Anyway, it's pathetic how nervous I get with things. With things like that. Anything that could potentially be social. It's just like, I don't know why. I have that kind of stuff, and I shouldn't, because I have no reason. I was just like born with it. And it's like, why do I have to be born with this like innate social anxiety? It's with multiple manifestations. I think I said that right. Anyway, but yeah, why? Life is an ass, that's why, I guess. I like to say life is the biggest criminal. I think I did actually say that before. Yeah, it's one of my favorite phrases that I use off and on, just because to me, it really is. It's just the biggest criminal. Anyway, if anybody has a bowling ball, they want to knock this pin over with, then I'm game. I need to go bowling again sometime. But seriously, like, I have a super big pin. I have a major pin head. It's like, you look at the, let's say the broadness of my shoulders, right? And then you look at you just like suddenly go up to my head, and it's like, you might as well just be a book. Your head is so flat. It's like, look at this. I have such a pinhead. Also, such acne. There's so many people, more specifically within my family, like my sister or whatever. Why don't you just pop your zits and do something about getting rid of it? Like, get some acne cream or something. And every time I go, no. And I say, technically, that kind of reaction actually makes me kind of want to keep it more, because it pisses people off. I'm so kind. But anyway. Yeah. Actually, now that my head has been shaved, it's snowing! Also great genetics right there. It's snowing and it's 80 degrees and humid. Oregon's pretending to be Houston again. Sometimes it pretends to be Phoenix, sometimes it pretends to be Houston. It depends on which day it is and which summer. It's great. Anyway, Yeah. I blabbed for more than long enough. I'm just gonna end this here. So, yeah. I hope you guys have had a good day thus far. I hope you keep having a good day. Unbrushed teeth for the win. Look at all the disgusting growth in my teeth. You totally look trying to avoid showing it. Anyway. But yeah. So I will see you later. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a great day or night wherever you are. And, bye-bye.